The recall race, is Governor Scott Walker's win having any impact on the presidential race?
That was his scuttlebutt right afterward, right? Fox 6's Mike Lowe has the latest poll numbers and analysis in tonight's Political Lowdown.
The latest Marquette University Law School poll shows the results of the recall are not having much of an impact on the presidential race in Wisconsin.
The voters are pretty capable of going opposite directions right now.
So a state that handed Republican Governor Scott Walker a decisive 7-point victory also favors President Obama by 6 points over Mitt Romney. Poll director Professor Charles Franklin.
One of the great ironies of this year is that both Governor Walker and President Obama have every reason in the world to want the public to think the state's doing quite well.
So right now it looks like Wisconsin is leaning toward Obama. But as his visit this week signaled,
we're going to win Wisconsin.
Romney intends to put up a serious fight here. Dan Balls is the chief correspondent of the Washington Post and one of the nation's most respected political journalists.
People are now looking at it as potentially a much more competitive state than they might have 6 months ago.
In 1984, Ronald Reagan took 49 of 50 states, including Wisconsin. Not since that landslide has a Republican presidential candidate won in the state. The elder George Bush lost in 1988 to Michael Dukakis and in 1992 to Bill Clinton. Bob Dole lost to Clinton in 1996. George W. Bush came the closest, but lost to Al Gore in 2000 and to John Kerry in 2004. That race was one of the closest presidential margins ever. Kerry won 49.7% to President Bush's 49.3%, just 6,000 votes. Then, in 2008, President Obama thumped John McCain 56 to 42%.
If Governor Romney is able to win this state, it would be a real breakthrough. So I think you'd still have to say we have to wait to see whether this is going to be competitive by October.
And the latest Marquette University poll also looks at the U.S. Senate race, and there's one very surprising number. We'll have that part of the story coming up at 6. Back to you.
All right, Mike, thank you. The Toronto Blue Jays are one of the top home